we'll jump into this. Yeah. The Public Gooning Epidemic by 4Dshams. Why are we back to gooning? Why are we here? Just to suffer? Why are we back to the gooning? Why must we goon? Good question. Let's see. Let's see if there's actually public gooning. How wasn't there a guy sitting close to a fast food restaurant beating his meat? If I remember correctly. I don't know, let's go.
Fucking nutted on my fucking leg!
Wait, what? You did what?
Fucking nutted on my fucking leg! You're gonna hell, bitch! Oh.
Did she just say that he nutted on her hand?
Fucking nutted on my fucking leg! You're gonna hell, bitch! Oh my god! He nutted on her leg!
No leg! Nah, this can't be! No, this can't be. Nah, this cannot be. No. He nutted on her leg. That is no. No way! This is SA, right? This is considered SA. What the fuck?
He nutted on my leg!
How does this even work? How do you not notice somebody's beating his meat next to you? What the fuck? Bro, this is a good start.
Philadelphia man surrenders after allegedly ejaculating.
Wait, I'm gonna block this man. Well, he's always down in the corner. I'm gonna switch over real quick. Hold up. What the fuck? At the very least, it's harassment. Poor girl. I'm like, bro, there's no way somebody did that. There's just no way somebody did that.
On woman's leg. Bro, you cannot make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this up. Oh my god. Philadelphia authorities have identified and apprehended Gary A. Miles, 35, of Southwest Philly in connection with an indecent assault that occurred at a Dollar Tree store. Local rapper Meek Mill contributed to the search effort by offering a $2,000 reward.
At least somebody contributed to fucking the what the heck? Finding the fucker. Fucking the finder. Shoot, buddy. Victim blaming goes crazy. There is no way somebody... Oh my goodness, this is insane. People are doing this in public?
Board for information leading to Miles' whereabouts. His involvement highlighted the community's collective effort to address the incident swiftly. You know you messed up if you even got the rappers putting money on your head. Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever's left of our collective dignity, come here. We need to talk. Because apparently being freaky in public is a trend now. We got people clapping cheeks in grocery store aisles. And I don't know if this is...
Yeah, I mean... This is technically... Some of it is not new. I mean, the public ejaculating on somebody's body is a new one, okay? Unconsensual. That is a new one. But I know that OnlyFans girls have once started a trend of putting their underwear all over the place. That I know of. Public assault, I thought it was Japan subway issue. Funnily enough, Japan isn't that even that big of an issue. Like, it's not that huge. As far as I've heard. Like, Ireland is like far, far above, for example, Japan.
The result of some sort of weird fetish, but it's been pretty common for these spicy content creators to make content in public locations, for example, like grocery stores. And the thing is, these videos will start all normal and then all of a sudden you'll see some of the worst acting you've ever seen. Like, I know they're trying to sell some sort of like sex appeal or, you know, target the gooners, but it really ends up coming off as satire more than anything else. And besides...
I'm gonna say this. People who do this IRL, whether it's consensual or not, I will already consider you a sex pest. And took measures to help prevent it, like with female-only train carts. Exactly. I'm gonna say this, if you do this in public, even if it's just hanging your underwear somewhere, I consider you already a sex pest.
The weird grocery store behavior, we got people gooning in restaurant drive-thrus.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable.
What the actual fuck? Just imagine how it would be in third world countries. Humongous.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
And I'm sure you might know who that is. That's Nautica Malone. I've talked about him on my channel before. He's basically viewed as like the progenitor of the public gooning movement. Yes, movement.
Movement? Well, movement is involved. Movement is in fact involved. What is happening? Why are they doing this? They're all Zoomers. Holy fuck, men are on the fuck, it's crazy. And women probably too.
In Bikini Beach, Tempe, Arizona, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be church, on earth.
Are they doing what I think they're doing? Have you heard that? Surely gooning in peace would involve doing it privately? Apparently not. Also, yeah. They're using Christian prayer and rewrote it into gooning prayer.
As it is in church, man. Deliver us from the Goonicides. Amen.
Amen. Although it is sad, the gist of the story is that dude basically unalived himself after he—
I need a scythe. I need a scythe. I need a scythe. Like, you know, the one that Goku Black makes? Speaking of Dragon Ball in the background? That one? Yep.
He was caught on camera masturbating at the drive-thru. And the third category might just be the worst by far, because not only do they goon in public, they take it upon themselves to take that extra step to make sure that it's a public location where kids are present. Ladies and gentlemen, meet NYC's blanket couple. So this freaked out couple obviously couldn't show enough restraint to wait till—
Oh, nah. I think I know this. Somebody under a blanket cover was speeding it. I think I know this.
They got home, so this is what they did. Trying to enjoy a beautiful Sunday afternoon in NYC. Wow, look at this park. What do we have here? In the middle of the park, the kids literally roaming around. Didn't even bother to find somewhere that was more discreet. In a park, there's usually places where—
Look at it. They're just doing it in public. They're straight up just doing it in public. They're under the blanket. But why though?
Not a lot of people pass by. No, they said no, we're gonna do it smack dab in the middle of the park where everyone is passing by, where kids are passing by, and who cares who sees? You know, maybe they thought that that blanket was like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. Brief intermission, make sure you guys subscribe, we're almost at 100K. Also subscribe to my reaction channel and join my Discord, we have well over 3,000 members. All the links will be in the description. Appreciate y'all for watching. And I'm sorry, the fact that people just kept watching and minded their business kind of bothers me. I'm the type of person, I probably would have went and like splashed them with water, cause why are you so—
I would have gotten the biggest water bucket I could have ever found. Why you're going for the biggest— I would go for the biggest water bucket ever and just drown them in it. I don't feel too safe being a VTuber, Poke. If you do it, we will know. I will not do it on stream! What the heck?
These little kids. Sometimes I wonder, where are those Karens when you really—
I'm not even doing it at all!
Need them, because this will be the perfect time to make a scene, to really cause an issue. Now, there isn't a national database that keeps track of gooning and, you know, all the public indecency cases, at least that I know of. But if we examine big cities like New York, we see that there's been reports of an increase in public masturbation. According to
NYPD data cited by the New York Post, there was a 51% surge in such complaints through June 30th compared to the period in 2023. Additionally, the number of criminal summonses issued for public exposure of genitals increased by a staggering 396% in the same time frame. What the heck? Oh my god. The Gooner registry. Look up if your name is in there. Ain't no way, dude.
The NYPD data cited by the New York Post, there was a 51% surge in such complaints through June 30 compared to the same period in 2023. Additionally, the number of criminal summonses issued for public exposure of genitals increased by a staggering 396% in the same time frame. That's an almost 400% increase. In cities like Chicago and other areas within the Cook County, facilities operated by the Cook County Sheriff's Office have seen a dramatic increase in incidents involving inmates masturbating in holding areas, causing distress and harassment, especially for female lawyers representing clients in those areas. And there have been multiple articles that
Public defenders pushed to breaking point by masturbating inmates. What the actual fuck are we doing? We are in a Gooner epidemic. We just are. It is true.
talk about this issue. Public defenders pushed to breaking point by masturbating inmates.
Pushed to breaking point?
How often is this stuff happening? Masturbation epidemic in Cook County court lockups raises questions about jail conditions, county budget, defendant rights. In Atlanta, we got a man who's been continuously arrested for indecent exposure.
Island right by Ponce de Leon. I spoke with a man who lives right over here in these condos. He says he walks out the door and right where I'm standing on this sidewalk, he sees a man exposing himself, touching himself. He's called the police. The man gets arrested and then ends up right back here doing the same thing.
But why? But why? But why? Why? What is the purpose of this? It can only be because it's arousing, but other than that, there's no reason to pull up on the street and just beating your meat in public. Don't beat in front of the person that's gotta defend you in court, bro. I didn't beat in front of any person, so that's fine. You always wear in Gooner epidemic nowadays. People have cameras to notice it. Nah, I think men's corn addictions just got way worse.
Dude literally respawns, bro. That's insane.
I was in total shock. Like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing right now?
For 3 years, David Robertson has been dealing with this when he walks outside of his Virginia Highland condo.
For 3 years? For 3 years. 3 years. 3 years?
You know, back in the day, public indecency was that one weird guy in a trench coat. You knew him, you avoided eye contact with him. And oh yeah, depending on where you grew up, there was also the homeless person who wasn't all the way there and would sometimes walk around completely naked. I think as a child, that's like the worst public indecency ever got. And of course, there was that one time period when people were debating whether or not mothers could breastfeed their
Like, dude, 3 years at that point, you gotta start doing it back to establish dominance. You just gotta sit down in front of him, just jerk it too, bro. That's crazy. Dude, 3 years. Bro walks outside at night and just sees dude jorking it every single day. Possibly. Maybe even multiple times a day. Like, bro was probably not even shocked. Like, the first 5 times, bro was shocked, but then it was like, oh, just an average Monday. In this neighborhood.
Babies in public, but that's a completely different topic. But see, we went from that public indecency to now having couples, TikTokers, spicy content creators, all contributing to the public indecency problem.
I hate when we call them content creators, spicy content creators, OF models, the prostitutes, whores.
A shift from accidental nudity to scheduled programming. And a lot of this, believe it or not, goes back to pornography. Every day the internet vomits out more explicit content than our ancestors saw in their whole lifetime. And everyone from young kids to senior citizens are all consuming this content. And
it's insane, right? The average teenager, and that's what it really realistically is. It starts in teenage years. The average teenager can see more naked women than the most powerful men in human history can. Could and have. It's crazy. There are some weird people that have public humiliation as a king, and at first found that out from a friend of mine, which he should have kept to himself. True, I agree, but I know that people have that. Still crazy though.
Citizens might be the worst when it comes to public indecency. There have been a multitude of times where I've caught senior citizens watching spicy content either at like a public library or just somewhere in public thinking that nobody notices. There's literally a bunch of proof online. People catch them all the time.
I mean, we do know that the Twitch CEO beats it to his own streamers. We do know that. You know how we do know that? Because I think he made a video interview, and you were able to see that he had all the OF girls and lewd streamers on there. Games can't have more. Nope. The average teenager has more. The average teenager has more, probably. The average teenager has more. I would argue. Well, obviously, Genghis Khan had more action, physical action. Obviously. But scene? Nuh-uh.
You open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear?
Oh.
What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear?
Or maybe instead of...
Did the students enter his room and see him busting? Yeah, your reputation is gone. You might go to another school. And even that won't save you. It's on the internet now. You're cooked. Like, you're actually cooked. It's over. Your reputation is in the war trenches. That it can never be recovered.
Trying to blame it on them being a child and you being an adult, maybe don't watch that on a school campus. And the public indecency / gooning problem is even affecting police officers on the job.
In Lake County, a case of distracted driving cost a deputy his job, but a sheriff's office investigation found he wasn't texting before slamming his car into a
distracted deputy loses job. Imagine you lose your job. Imagine you lose your job because they caught you in the act. Oh no. Yeah, your reputation is gone. Your reputation is gone.
Woman's car.
He was looking at porn. West 2's Justin Schecker got a copy of the internal affairs report and the body camera video from the crash.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office internal...
Wait, driving? He did it while driving? No! No! He did it while driving? While driving. This is corn addiction to a level that I cannot explain. While driving?
Affairs investigation found that former Deputy Tristan McComber was looking at something not safe for work before this happened.
I'm sorry, you gotta be really lost in the deep end if you're watching porn while driving.
35.
You're so cooked. You need therapy immediately. Therapy's probably not enough. You must be IP banned from every adult website at that point. Gotta be a good video if it made him crash his car. No. Bro, while driving. While fucking driving.
His body-worn camera captured the steering wheel airbag deploying. After his department-issued cruiser crashed into the back of another car. The video shows Deputy McComber tossing his cell phone onto the seat and then picking it up before he goes to check on the other driver.
Hello, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
My brakes locked up.
Okay.
You good?
You know your brakes did not lock up, bro.
His brakes did not lock up. Something else around his hand locked up, that's for sure.
Like, oh my goodness, wait.
No, his hand around something else.
Yeah, I'm okay.
According to the new internal affairs report, the deputy told a sergeant the brakes locked up before he rear-ended the other car, stopped for a school bus. This deputy no longer works for the...
Ironic. Watching intercourse while driving into the back of a car. Wait, was the video also doggy? I know of a case someone got his car to gas station while doing it. The girl worked there, called the police, and he drove away fast. Understandable.
Lake County Sheriff's Office were told he resigned while facing termination. The internal affairs investigation found he wasn't truthful in what he was doing on his phone right before impact. Macomber initially stated he was scrolling through text messages in a group chat with other deputies prior to the crash, but the investigation found he was viewing something that is more visual and inappropriate while on the job.
Is more appropriate. We need more appropriate things on the job. That explains there are more people doing this. There are a lot of videos of this out there. Yep.
The report's conclusion says Macomber admitted to lying before later revealing he was looking at pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash. Deputies found he violated 3 sheriff's office policies. He departed from the truth, used an electronic device for something that's prohibited, and there was substantial evidence he wasn't wearing a seatbelt behind the wheel.
Whoa, that's crazy, bro. So not only does he not care about other people's safety, he doesn't even care about his own. When people start moving like this in ways to...
Meeting your meat is more important than driving safely.
Endanger themselves and endanger others and, you know, put their whole life in jeopardy. That's how you know it's an addiction, because they don't have any restraint. They don't have any self-control. See, when you're consuming a vast amount of sexual content, there comes a point when you become desensitized to it. Your dopamine system breaks. It's like if you tried to eat a ghost pepper every day and then after that, going to eat a jalapeno. It's just not gonna hit the same. It's the same with people who are over consuming sexual content.
No seatbelt. That's not safe sex. Bro, what, this did not wear protection?
It gets to a point where they become numb and they start chasing the next thrill. And for some of these addicts, that next thrill is doing something inappropriate in public. And even if they know it's gonna put them in jeopardy and it's highly risky, since they have poor impulse control, they're gonna do it anyways. Matter of fact, the riskier it is, the more they're gonna enjoy it, because they're looking for a dopamine spike. And dopamine is basically your brain's feel-good chemical. Usually when you accomplish something, reach a goal, your brain will give you some dopamine as a reward. But see, that's only one side.
Yeah. I've accomplished Jorkin. That sad that jail is the only lesson that will teach some of those motherfuckers. Yes, the only, and even then they're just beating it. Like a chastity belt. A chastity belt. That's the one. Wait a minute. Should that sound go off when you have no seatbelt on the driver's seat? I think it should. I don't know if it does.
Things. When we start talking about these spicy content creators, it starts becoming more about clout, because making sexual content in public brings those likes and views. And the reason it does is because it comes with a certain level of thrill that the audience who's desensitized is seeking. You know, this whole idea of,
oh, I got caught having sex at Walmart.
Whatever it may be, as long as it's just morally indecent. And of course the spicy content creators try to make it seem like it's real. Whole time they got like a whole camera crew. But to the audience, sometimes they do believe it's real. And even if they don't believe it's real, they're still programming their mind to like that type of stuff. So what does that translate to? It translates to them eventually trying it themselves.
Gooning a public server? Oh, nah. Jail is not gonna help. They'll just join an inmate circle. Chassis bell will even say for chop chop. Snip snip! Yeah, most newer cars have a ringing sound if you don't have the seatbelt on. Well, this one didn't, in this case.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you connect 2 points. But no, seriously though, all jokes aside, public indecency isn't funny at all. It's really disgusting. It can traumatize people, especially kids, and it creates an unsafe environment. And to be honest, it really signals a deeper issue within our culture. For anyone watching who might genuinely be struggling with this, please go seek professional help.
Agreed. if you have a corn addiction, seek help. Even though it's hard, because it does not get taken seriously at all. And there's really no places you can go to. There may be the occasional self-help group, but other than that, chances are there is no professional help for you for that, because there's no work on that. Nothing, which is crazy. Anyways, don't goon, but like, comment, and subscribe.